Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Burnell with another episode of Creative Success. Chilling with my man Sin from the MVS fam. Out here unwinding, just relaxing after a beautiful day, soaking up some vibes. And I just wanted to share a quick inspiring message with you guys about how you can manifest things just beyond your wildest imagination when you have a group of people that are inspired for a same vision or a similar outcome or a similar goal in mind. You know what I mean? So I want to tell a quick story of how my friends and I manifested a really dope office building, and it was crazy because none of us had any money. We were like 20 years old, chilling at the coffee shop every day. We were starting to make business moves. We were starting to become more entrepreneurial. My music was taking off. We were starting to get more into business and things. A clothing company that we were running, Snub, was starting to do pretty well. And so we wanted like a space to create together, and where we could just like make our art, make our music, do our screen printing, have meetings, live if we wanted to. Just a place where we could just all be in the same place and actually be creative and productive and inspired, and just like create awesome shit together. And we talked about it all the time. We were always chilling at the coffee shop, and what we did was we just like collectively daydreamed about this all the time, and we would talk about how cool it would be. So one of the best phrases that I've been using to help me manifest dreams in my life is saying, wouldn't it be nice if ... or what if ... insert positive outcome. So what if we just got this sick ass studio or office building that we could use? What if we ended up just getting this place that was like had like a studio and a screen printing room and a fucking meeting place and living quarters and all that shit all in one roof? That would be so cool. And we'd get so hyped, and we'd just like add to the vision. I'd say, oh, what if it was like this and we had a fucking room where we could do this? And then one of my buddies would chime in and say, yeah, dude, and it would be fucking sick. And then right next to that room, we'd have a room for this. And then next to our screen printing room, we'd have a room just dedicated for like displaying all our new merch and shit, and like it'd be like a showroom to show people. We'd have this sick conference room with the fucking baller ass table, whiteboards, projectors and shit, so when we have meetings or we meet up with investors, we'll look professional and people will like, you know, take us more seriously. And we just always talked about how cool it'd be. We never talked about how we would get it, never talked about how much it would cost. We never talked about like how we'd necessarily manifest it. We just talked about how cool it would be when we manifested something like that. And we just felt good and excited about it. Just, hey, someday we'll have this and it'll be fun like this. And just so I think if you just daydream like that a lot, and I'm not saying don't take any action, but take action when you're inspired, and just allow yourself to have fun daydreaming whenever you're inspired to daydream, especially with a group of people that's aligned with the similar goals. And the reason I think this worked out so well for us is there was like 5 or 6 of us that all had like the same desire in our hearts. All of us just wanted a place where we could be together, be creative, be productive, be professional, collaborate, enjoy our life, and take our careers to the next level. And we had like all these like visions about how fucking cool that would be and how fun it would be. And wouldn't it be sick if we had this too? And oh damn, it'd also be tight if it was like this. And fucking, we just always added to the vision, thought about it all the time, and just had fun. But we never really worried about how we would get it. We knew we would get it someday. We said someday, and we kind of thought it was like way in the future, but we're like, you know, someday we'll have a fucking space where we can do all this and that, and it'll be so cool, and it'll be like the best time of our life. And then sure enough, out of like a miracle in the universe somehow, someone called me on the last video, so it interrupted the filming. But what I was saying was this shit basically fell into our lap in a miraculous, like easy way, where basically a friend of ours, his dad had an office building that it wasn't being used, and he was just sitting on it, and they were planning on selling it in like a year or two, or maybe using it in like a year or two, but they didn't need it right now. So my friend basically mentioned, like, because I was always talking about how cool it'd be if we had a dope spot for meetings, I was starting to look into like renting meeting spaces. Just anytime I wanted to meet with a big sponsor, I wanted to have like a place to come meet in that felt professional and have him take us seriously. So I started thinking about that a lot, and then my buddy was like, hey, my dad has this office space that we could maybe have meetings in from time to time. I'm not sure, but I'm going to talk to him, and maybe like sometimes if we have like an important meeting, we could go have it there. because it's basically just unused. So I went and saw it. I fell in love. I was like, holy shit, this is perfect. This is like the most perfect conference room. It's got office rooms. It's got room for screen printing, room for music, room for everything we need. 2 levels. I don't even know how many square feet it was, but it was like 10 rooms, and it was huge. And I was just all stoked on it, and I was like, oh my god, that would be so cool if we could have meetings here, talk to him. I started putting together like some proposals to show his dad like what we would use this space for, painting a picture in his head of like, here's what we would do if we were able to use this space. We could do so many good things with it, and here's our kind of plan for it. So I started putting that together, and then eventually he gave us the go-ahead. We were able to have some meetings there. And then as we were hanging out doing some business in the conference room and shit, like I eventually talked him into like, hey, can I bring my beat making setup? Because I don't really have like a place to make beats. Can I just bring like my speakers and my computer and like make beats from time to time? And then so I got to go ahead and do that, and then it turned into like bringing all my music equipment, and then it turned into like we're kicking it there all the time, and then homie started bringing art stuff, and then eventually we basically took over the entire office and ended up living there for 2 years, and it was just an amazing time. We had space for like all of us to create. We had like cubicles for art and for painting. We had 2 music studios. We had a fucking vocal booth. We had multiple people in the community bringing their equipment. Local clothing companies setting up shop in there. So we had button presses, screen printing gear, all merch set up, like dope meeting area. Do you know what I mean? Everything we visualized and talked about came into fruition. Like literally everything that we wanted. And none of us had to really work hard for it. It came so easy, and we're so blessed and so grateful. And I hope that story inspires you to think about daydreaming a little more and just feeling excited about what you would want your ideal life to be, and just asking yourself empowering questions. What if? And, you know, another empowering phrase is just someday we're going to. Someday I'm going to blah, 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 and it's going to feel like this. And you feel those emotions of if you already achieved it or received it. And it's crazy how it'll come at you in miraculous ways, and it doesn't always come as easy as just like one of your best homies happens to have a vacant office and just lets you use it. Like that was super lucky and blessed, but I feel like since we were all thinking about it, it helped. It just aligned. You know what I mean? The universe just helped us manifest it, and we were all putting out the same energy together. So I think it's crazy. Sometimes you're gonna have to do more work for it, but you'll get inspired to take certain actions, and those actions will lead you to manifesting your dreams. So daydream, ask empowering questions, and just have fun visualizing your ideal life, because this universe is magical and we're all capable of so much more than we realize. Bless up. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. If you're feeling the content, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment, because the comments help me in the algorithms. It helps more people see this content and get inspired. I'm trying to grow this community so we can inspire each other and uplift and share the positive vibes. So bless up. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another episode of Creative Success.